Hey, welcome back. It's The Real with Mel Highsmith. Sorry about the little hollow noise in here. I'm actually having a new floor put in. Be doing it shortly right after this. Actually, I'll be doing it shortly. So a little bit late getting on here. I had to do a casting call with a large production company. People are interested in, I guess, my unique points of view and would like for me to join their team. So we'll find out. I think it went really, really good. It doesn't mean the end of any of my stuff. It just means larger horizons for everything. And my comrade in arms, Lee Bolin, you are here. Glad to see you, man. So, today's going to be a little bit shorter of a show. I got a lot of things going on today, so I won't be doing a full 1 hour. But I'm going to go over some stuff and add a little bit of what I call comical relief in this. Because this whole coronavirus thing has literally divided everybody so much. Even with the numbers that have been coming out, people still can't believe. It's kind of like a great white shark with no teeth, and everybody thinks it's going to come up and chew you to death. That's the whole coronavirus pandemic. To the people who's been through some tough times in their life because of it, here's the thing. Mr. Bolin, how you doing? With the tough times in life because of the COVID-19, I feel bad for everything that you've been through up to this point, but you're not alone. A lot of people in the country have been going through it, okay? You maybe hear what I say that they're misconstruing the numbers. Well, it came out, okay? It's come out. As soon as President Trump said enough's enough and took all the information gathering from CDC and put it with having a report directly to the White House or the Department of Human Services. Guess what? It came out that the Florida numbers wasn't at 100,000, they're only 11,000. And it's the same happening all over the countries, all these different entities. Ben Shields, how you doing, sir? All these different entities are reporting all these false numbers, and it's only because, and this is not something new. It's because it's the 2020 elections, okay? So with that said, just keep in mind, don't be busting up your neighbors and your friends and people on Facebook, because it's actually crazy out there because of what's going on. If anybody wonders about the Antifa, well, here's the thing. I'm gonna give everybody a little tidbit, okay? When you get off the show today, get on your computer. Or if you got a computer right there and you're listening on your phone, get on that, okay? So here's the thing. Go to BLM, Black Lives Matters. Go there, okay? Go to Black Lives Matters and go to their donate button. Hit donate. When that pops down, it's going to take you to another site called Act Blue, okay? Then take Act Blue, okay, and put it into Google expenditures, okay? And I think you're gonna find out real quick exactly where the money. If you trace the money, like I have, I'm not going to get you all the way there. I want you to do some of your work, but you go to Act Blue and then type in Act Blue expenditures into Google. It's going to lead you to another site, okay? And so it'll tell you where the money goes directly to the Democratic National Committee, okay? And that's what that. Larry Jones, how you doing? Hey, Courtney Reed, how you doing? The lady with the angelic voice. So if you do that, all you got to do usually is just track the money, okay? And you can usually find all the answers you want, So I pose this one to you. How do you feel about your great state of Texas and what they call the protests and riots that they've had, right? And even the ones across the country. If all the money from Black Lives Matter, and I just told you how to get there, okay? Just told you how to research it yourself so you don't have to be left in the dark, okay? I've pissed off a lot of people, or let me say, be correct here, I peed off a lot of people because I'm just trying to do my homework. I don't want to give y'all any information that is not true and factual, okay? Except Marble Falls is 110 miles off the center of Texas. Not 6, like I said, but I just believe the universe revolves around my beautiful community of musicians. So anyways, just track the money. Remind everybody, I have my mask. If I put it up to you, see that? Can you believe this is okay? As long as I cover up and look like I'm a sheep, well, guess what? They're going to treat me like one. So it does nothing. at all, but I have made it in almost every store. Went to a restaurant, made it inside there, and it's just the way it is. I agree. Follow the money. That's how we stop them. You know, following the money on anything in life, you're going to find out a lot, okay? So the thing that breaks my heart the most, Larry Jones, is you have the African Americans believing that the Democratic National Committee or the party itself actually cares about them. They don't. They're setting them up for a harder fall. They've been used. And regardless of anything, I think we can all agree in life that we're used more and more every single day. God knows I am. Sometimes I feel like a pincushion, but the deal is just follow the money, and it's gonna break your heart. Okay, if we lose this election, okay, it's not just about the president; it's that House of Representatives. If we lose there, it's over for us. Okay, and if everybody believes that stimulus checks or anything coming in free money from this government, it ain't free. It's yours and mine. They're just giving it to different people. Okay, so Larry, you put there, if it's hard plastic, it could stop a hockey puck. No doubt, man. So it's our money. It's our grandchildren's money. And they're just taking and redistributing it out to everybody to make them happy. So you can keep that narrative going. I follow the rules for the most part. I do have asthma. A lot of people know this. So, I'm going to follow everything, but even the mask with holes in it is still almost unbearable most of the time. So just what that says, follow the money, okay? Because it's a sad day to where people are donating hundreds of millions of dollars off the poor African Americans, blacks, and it's to hire crazy white guys. Go figure, right? So I'm not going to say any names, like Beto O'Rourke and Joe Biden. I can go down the list. It's all of them that you have seen running for major offices in the last couple of years, or in the last 8 years, is coming from the Black Lives Matter money. So I ask you this. If anybody sees the BLM anywhere, ask them just one question. What have you done for your neighborhood schools? What have you done for jobs? What have you done to stop the abortion rates in the African community that's killing 12 to 14 million unborn babies every year? Ask yourself that. That's the thing that blows my mind. So, I don't buy into the Black Lives Matter that it's a juggernaut and all the blacks are against everybody. Listen, you're talking about a couple of million African Americans, and we have tens of millions here that just want to get on with their lives because we're all sick of this shit, and it's a total truth. And one of the hard things about it is I got to tell you, here's a picture. There's a little bit of humor for you, but here's a picture of some cooks in Russia because they have their restaurant shut down there. But it's kind of funny. I don't know if you can see it too well, and that's a true thing. Russian restaurant owners stripped of their income by the coronavirus lockdown are complaining for their business to allow to reopen. We're all complaining about it. And as I told y'all a couple of weeks ago, the first stand is happening really quick within the next couple of days. A lot of us musicians and some of us musicians are in community lead positions. Well, we just had enough, man. It's enough. You want to destroy us financially, go for it. Go for it. What worse are you going to do? You know what I mean? Straight up. So I tip my hat to everybody who is involved, because the major thing is, Wolfman, glad to see you back on here. By us making a stand for what we believe in, right, wrong, or indifferent, it's going to make a change somewhere. Because one of the things that breaks my heart the most is, while all the musicians are sitting around struggling, don't know how you're going to pay your bills. Yes, everybody's been struggling, but I'm just directing it towards the musicians. But let's just say it means everybody, okay? We've all been struggling. I've told you I lost 90% of my income. The castle call I did today, I'm hoping that it goes through. I could use the income because everything I do have left, I'm pumping it right back in the next couple of weeks for my community. It's the only way that I know that I can sleep well at night. Art Osborne, how you doing? Lee Nugene, how you doing, sir? So, you get ready for it. You're going to see it start happening on Friday night, and it's going to be a slow movement. If you take the musicians in your local communities in town, you take them out of the way, guess what happens? That town starts to collapse. I'm just bringing awareness so the musicians understand, even before the great COVID-19 and Darth Vader took over my life with my Darth Vader mask, you know, musicians had been undercutting themselves for a long time. The venues make all the money, musicians make nothing, you know. It's similar to, you know, bartenders. Bartenders, you know, make all the money for the venue, but they don't get anything. So the whole thing is I'm just bringing awareness that there's no other job in the world where you spend hundreds of thousands of hours practicing, right? Buying thousands of dollars in for gigs or shows, rather, we call them gigs, for shows, and then guess what, man? You make $50, you make $150, $300. That's ridiculous, but it is what it is. So get ready. It starts this weekend. No, I'm not inciting anything. I'm just supporting it. I've never believed in it. A couple of episodes back, I talked about, you know, the plight of all the musicians and the workers of the venues. And people hurt me. And so they united together. So I'm a leader of nothing, but I'm definitely a supporter of this. Can I lend you 20 bucks? Larry, you can come see me. You know, I'll give you 20 bucks, man. You know, but if you actually need a legitimate loan, come and see me. I got anybody's back. That's what I'm here for. So, you know, by day, I'm a licensed pawnbroker. I have a license in the state of Texas to lend you money and to charge you interest for it. By night, I spend my time in music. I'm passionate. I love playing the guitar. I love playing the bass guitar. I love playing drums. I'm very passionate about it and always have been. Ever since I retired from football, after 23 years of the worst decision of my life of breaking my body up, bottom line. So if I could tell anybody right now, sports are good when you're kids, but don't play when you're adults, because once you start breaking things, they don't heal up too easy. So, you know, I'm a living example of that. And so, you know, if you look at everything that's going on, you know, at the Texas level, you got Tesla. It's going to bring a car plant to Austin. Can you imagine if it was here now? They just would have burned it to the ground, right? They would have burned it to the ground. And you got Greg Abbott with Elon Musk, and they're standing in front of the picture, but guess what kind of picture it is? It is a Civil War picture of the Confederates. Isn't that amazing, right? This is for a man that has advocated to tear down the statues. One of the hardest things about the governor of the state of Texas is I feel for him. He's already went through enough in his life, and now he's about, you know, what can I say? His political life's over. You know, he's trying to gear up that if Donald Trump loses, the Dems don't eat him alive. Or not, I'm going to say the Dems, I'm going to say the liberal left. The liberal left doesn't eat him alive. That's what he's geared up for. That's why he shut everything down. They knew that these numbers were false. It's not like they, you know, they knew. If these guys can sit there and track every single one of us through our cell phones, driving in our cars, televisions and stuff, and they're going to sit there and say the numbers are wrong. No, they knew the numbers were wrong. And so I call them all out. It's all bullshit. Okay. It was all about destroying the economy so people didn't go out and vote because they want to steal all the money from the middle class. You know, I touched on that yesterday. Yesterday, we ran a full hour. It's kind of tough to do to keep everybody's attention span for that long, okay? John Arthur Martinez, how you doing, sir? So, two things, people, if you notice I got behind me, I got me an American flag, okay? And I have Marble Falls Mustang flag. Although we don't win that much. I think I just call something, but although we haven't won that much, it's only going to get better. Because I just became a grandfather again, and, you know, here we go. In 15 years, my grandson will be ready to play for the Mustangs. So with that said, I'm very passionate and proud of my community. So Mitchell Barella. I got to tell you about old Mitchell Barella here. One of the finest air conditioning guys I've ever met in my life. So if you live outside the metropolitan, metropolitan Marble Falls area, give old Mitchell Barella a call. The man, I know he's one of the best AC guys in the world, I know. Because I was one of the guys that trained him. I don't want to toot my horn, but Mitchell, you're pretty damn good. So, listen to WOAI again this morning coming to work, and if anybody gets a chance, check it out. It's good morning shows. I don't always agree with everything they're talking about, you know. It's kind of like half rhetoric, you know, half truth, stuff like that. But the COVID-19 has affected so many people. If anybody I just said his name, John Arthur Martinez. I brought you up yesterday, John, and I was talking about the amount of shows that you do, and I was saying how or the show day before yesterday show, how many shows you do, the Elvis Presley numbers. So, you know, you're one of the men that I know it's being impacted because you were playing, you know, 6-7 days a week. I mean, you keep a schedule that, you know, I salute you, sir. It's hard for a lot of people to keep. So then I was also reading that they're saying COVID-19, and remember, 0.0028, okay? That's death rate, or survivability is 9.9 or 99.8%. It's insane, okay? If you get it, which I think we all had it, most of us were sick in November, December, January, and February. I know that during November and December, I was sick. Went to the hospital, and they told me, you know, you don't have pneumonia, you don't have the flu, we don't know what it is. Here, they gave me a Z-Pack, sent me home. 3-4 days later, I'm feeling great, back to work, feeling strong. So I think that for the most part that I already had it. So I think everybody did. I'm just being real with you. If you were sick during those times, that's what I believe you had. They're COVID-19 or coronavirus, which now they classify as a disease because everybody's found out that all these lockdowns and stuff, man, it was pretty bad. So I don't think that most people are going to recover from it. I know a lot of businesses that are not coming back, okay? And just to let you know, a lot of us are safe inside our homes. Well, you know, it hasn't stopped the foreclosures, because that was a bunch of malarkey. They've been foreclosing like a son of a gun. It hasn't stopped. Harry, how you doing? Harry Mussinger, Sandra Lynn, pick up the USA. I agree, Sandra. I love my country so much that I am prepared to do whatever I got to do. I love my community so much that I put myself out there. Sometimes I felt like I've had to look over my shoulder, but it is what it is, you know. I've caught some harassment in my local area. You know, I had this crazy lady who just seemed to won't leave me alone with her camera. And she said she was going to expose me for not wearing my mask. And by the way, I had my inhaler out. I was using my inhaler without the mask on then. So anyways, long story short, these next 4 years are going to be crucial because the biggest thing we've ever had is about to happen. Because this is the last Republican president. And if anybody thinks, and I got to be honest with you, if anybody believes that Joe Biden, as Trump called him Crazy Joe, I've watched so many clips on him. That man, it doesn't matter if they pick, say, Hillary Clinton or Michelle Obama as vice president or whatever, that man's gone within a week. I mean, they're gonna take him out. I mean, he just babbles along, doesn't make any sense. And he just, between smelling everybody's hair and the stuff he talks about, little kids playing with his leg hair, it's sick. So it's, let's see. So John, you got owner of former venue Cottonwood Shores, now on respirator. What venue was that, John? Here's the thing, and John, I know what a respirator's like. I said a couple episodes back that since I've been up in the Highland Lakes area in the last 10 years, I've been in and out of the hospital, I have lived on respirators, okay? Those are facts. Anybody can check with Scott and White. So I hate it that anybody's getting sick right now, but every year in America, people get sick and die, okay? It was just a short 2 years ago where I'm down at Scott and White. I had another tumor in my throat. And they were just giving me that it was over. But, you know, here's the thing. If it's my time, then I'll prepare for it. but I don't want to cost John his job, his home, his livelihood, and everything because of the scare of it, okay? Cancer kills more people in the United States than COVID ever will, okay? And it's amazing how this virus came up in the same year, election year. Just like the bird flu, the swine flu, H1N1, I can go on it. It's all in election years. I'm glad they're recognizing it because I don't believe that COVID doesn't exist. I'm just saying what I'm saying here is everything that's going on Reddit is being just blasted out by the media to scare the living hell out of everybody on here. And it's affected everybody. I've known a couple people that's been at the hospital and they're not doing good. My heart goes out with them, okay? But just what if on the flip side? Just what if on the flip side that these people were made sick? I'm not doing a conspiracy theory, man. When somebody's ramming a Q-tip 10 inches down your sinus passage, come on, man. When they have swab kits for your mouth. So it's just something to say. John, if you can get the information for that owner and message it over to me after the show or whatever, I want to send out some flowers to them and to show my support in anything that I can do during their times, because I don't want anybody to go through any type of pain. Ever since the day that I arrived in the great, beautiful county of Burnett in the city of Marble Falls, all I've ever wanted to do is how can I say, just spread the wealth in a way, okay? I am very, very blessed in the aspect. No, I'm not a rich man. It's just I'm pretty savvy business-wise. So Jessie Fogle is on here. How you doing, Mom? Jessie Fogle is my godmother. I love you. It's been a long time. I need to come out and see you and Pop. I miss Fogle dearly. Jay Henson, another co-worker. Jay, that almost makes me want to jump off the camera here, man. But, so I'm just saying, everything can be worked out in the whole world. I don't want anybody to think that I'm cold-hearted about the COVID things. I'm not. It's just, if it's here and it's airborne, guess what? The experts already say this doesn't work. You're going to get it. So what do? Go shoot ourselves in our garage? Go lock ourselves in the basement? Right? Or we can just shut down all the businesses, right? Can you imagine that? For all the musicians that are left allowed working, can you imagine they decide to cut down all the businesses that are at 51%? Imagine that one. It's absolutely crazy, man. It's enough to bring tears to my eyes that people are okay while they're working. I've worked the entire time through this, okay? I don't get a break. I work 7 days a week. I do not get a day off, and I beg anybody to find out to say otherwise, because I just don't get a day off. You know, this working at the pawn shop, being a pawnbroker is not the only thing that I do. So, you know, instead of being long-winded on it, my heart goes out to anybody that's been affected by what's going on during this election year. And if there's anybody in my area I can help in any way, please, dear Lord, come to me. I'm going to help in any way I can. You know, it's the amazing thing. So y'all just heard my godmother's on here, Jessie Fogle. If anybody there, she could tell you some really good stories about when I was a teenager. Yeah, I could get myself in some situations. But you know, I'm just gonna look on here and just let you know. Here's some of the crazy things that are people doing, right? I get a printout of stuff to talk about. I don't always talk about it, you know, because I just want to keep it a little bit real, don't go too far off the base of what's going on. But, you know, here's one of the things they gave me. The Filipino President Duarte suggests disinfect your mask with gasoline to quickly correct any type of thing. Now, why would anybody? Okay, 100 it is. So, you know, I think, Larry, by the time you're done, you'll have me up to $1,000, man. And then I'll have to do a GoFundMe account for myself. But, you know, there's just a lot of things going on. I want to top on the September 5th. Okay, it's really in the works. I have all my bands except for my headliner and my opening for the headliner. My personal band, the Highsmiths, will be playing there. I'm going to be playing myself. You know, so that way if anybody believes that there's any harm from what I'm doing, I'm putting myself in the harm's way, okay? Except I will not go stand in front of traffic on a highway. I'm just not gonna do that, you know what I mean? That doesn't make any sense. So I'm gonna top everybody off again, just real quick. When you get off here, go to the BLM site, hit donate, okay? It's gonna take you over to another site, redirect you to Act Blue. And then you take Act Blue, type Act Blue expenditures, okay, into Google, and it's going to pull up a site called opensecrets.org. And Open Secrets is the charity arm or charitable donation arm of the Democratic National Committee. So chew on that one for a while. Everybody who just heard that on here, they're like, nah, that's bullshit. No, I'm telling you, it's the truth. Go on there. So if anybody's ever donated to it, really, take all the African Americans in this country and try to dump this racist crap in their lap, right? And because that's what it is, you know. And then explain to them that all the money you've been taking in was to hire a bunch of rich white guys into public office so they can just rob the rest of us. Think about it. That's the world we live in. You know, everybody says you got CNN, Fox News, MSM. Let me tell you about all of those radio news stations. They're actors, okay? They don't care about the truth. These guys are paid high salaries to do what they're doing. Steve Wingo, how you doing, man? Glad to see you back on here. They're paid great money to feed you full of lies, straight up, you know, straight up. I'm going to talk about something in Kingsland, Texas, outside my area. One of my friends, a guy named William Hall, y'all might know him as Billy Scott. He's an entertainer. He does karaoke, so Billy Scott's his name, or his stage name. He's been going out to the Slab there in Kingsland, Texas. For a lot of people, you don't know what it is. It's just a road running across the Llano River or whatever. And, you know, you get people going out there on the weekend, and they are filling trailers up with more trash than you could possibly imagine. They are. You know, Steve, thank you, man. I'm just trying to say the truth. I don't want anybody to think that there's not anybody in their corner. But I'll get with you on that in a second. I just want to finish about Billy Scott. So him and his family's going out there to pick up all this trash. So if you're traveling through the area and you see that's what they're doing, get out and help them, because they don't have to. They're just trying to make Kingsland more beautiful, okay, for you and me. Instead of, you know, these, I'm saying, these filthy SOBs who throw their trash out the window. There's nothing more that gets under my skin than somebody who takes their trash, wads it up and throws it out the window and just drives away. I mean, my God. It just blows my mind. So I'm going to tell you, Billy Scott, great job, man. Okay, we need more people like you who wants to take initiatives just to clean up their community, because a lot of people seem to think their community owes them something. I'm here to tell you this. This is a man that lives at moving towards the center of my community. It's not what my community can do for me. It's what I can do for my community, okay? We're all sitting at the same table, whether we like each other or not. We don't like what we do, or we don't like what we do for a living. We all still got to eat at the same table. So coming together on something like this is one of the best things that's ever happened. You know what I mean? So Steve, back to speaking the truth. Here's the thing. Every day in our lives, okay, we are force-fed a total crock of shit. Everything is lies. I mean, everything is straight up lies. Everything you hear on the radio, everything you hear on TV, everything is. Because they only want you to have one narrative, okay? And that narrative is the quickest way to your back pocket.